And with each and every holy, sacred in-breath and out-breath, there's a cleaning, clearing, purification, now moving in and through the very environment that you find yourselves. For there is a great purification taking place upon the earth, all of her kingdoms. The purification process is a cycle of time in this creation and others that brings forth a rebirth. It is a process that has happened many, many times upon this planet. But we are here to say to you, beloveds, that you can move forward without fear. For the purification process is indeed a gift. And as you align your own individual walk upon your spiritual path, that you begin to become aware of those steps in your own personal purification, in your body, your mind, and your emotions. And this purification process, that the highest parts of yourselves beckons you to do in the way that you are able to, even as the distractions and distortions of a physical, mental, and emotional world would bring you distractions to avert you. And yes, beloveds, there are times that this is successful, but we also want to tell you that any stride forward is a stride towards the process of purification to bring you into the higher realms and glory of which higher aspects of yourself resist. It's bringing once again the fullness and the wholeness of the beingness of who and what you are, bringing all aspects of yourself, moving into experiences, information, and wisdom that brings a collective of higher understanding in the wholeness of who and what you are. And so now we say to you, beloveds, that there is the journey of the purification. And this journey of purification happens on all levels. The journey of purification can be at times most challenging before it requires change. And as the experience is upon this physical material world, in the emotions of humans, and we would say in the other kingdoms as well, that the idea of change is counter to the natural nature of things upon this world and its creation. For the natural is simply to move into the degradation or the entropy, to move, to age, to stop. But, beloveds, it is in the purification that those aspects no longer have as much pull or impact upon you. And so we say, the path of purification is the path of liberation. The path of purification is the path of liberation. The path of purification is the path of liberation. And like with any journey, you look back. And you look back on your own life now, and you come to understand those things that you have done in the past, perhaps. Having the information, the wisdom now, and the higher guidance, perhaps you have made different choices. But that is not the issue, beloveds. The issue is that you move forward on your path, your journey of light. And at each and every spiritual step forward is a step towards the purification, the initiation into the higher part of yourself, into the release of those things that would bind you to the physical earth in consciousness. And that there is a higher, wider, brighter, more expansive part of yourself calling you. And as it calls you, it requires that those things that no longer serve you or soul, those experiences that no longer serve you in the new embodiment of your higher awareness and consciousness, must be cleaned and cleared and purified, bringing you into your own divine alignment and expression of that higher part of yourself that is the observer, that is closest to the soul spark that beckons you. And so we say to you, beloveds, to look forward to the purification of all beingness, including the being of your earth mother. Does she not deserve the path of purification for her wholeness and wellness and her evolution into the expansiveness of who and what she is, moving into being a bright and brilliant star, supporting other celestial bodies and life? For the journey is ongoing, beloveds, and it is always the death and the rebirth in these creations. And so the journey home that calls and beckons you is the journey of release and purification. That as you evolve into higher radiant electron spins, speeding up, bringing you into your home of acceleration of light, that your most true comfortability is even beyond the speed of light, for that is the nature of your beingness. And does not the most inner parts of you, conscious or unconscious, yearn for that once again? This aspect of yourself seeking to unite with its highest parts of a whole new level of experience and beingness. And so it is as you walk your spiritual path, so too you walk the path of purification. So, beloveds, we ask you here now, as your family of light, as those who come from the ascended star systems, who have come to know and be part of your journey, that we now come to you as your brothers and sisters of light, We come and we surround you and honor you and assure you that your path is steady and sure. And as you commit in your own way how you express unconditional love and light to the world that only you can do, how that is impacting and creating on other levels that you are not consciously yet aware. But we assure you, beloveds, as the powerful co-creators that you are, you impact and ripple throughout the cosmos. And is that not the journey that you on the highest parts of yourself have chosen to do? And so you embrace the journey you find yourself on, walking in a physical, mental, and emotional body upon a world of materialistic density. And so we ask you now to breathe with us as the highest realms of light pour in an organic, moving light stream. See clearly in your spiritual eye that you are now surrounded in a crystalline tetrahedron. But you realize that this tetrahedron is connected to a higher geometry that moves into all the gematриas that make up this universe and beyond. It is the gematria and the geometries that is pervasive throughout the cosmos, moving throughout the various levels and frequencies of realms and dimensions. And your focus is on this part of this cosmic geometry of which you are a part. You focus on this tetrahedron as your first step, familiar. And as you are within this tetrahedron, crystalline in nature, there forms a sphere of light, and it is organic with moving light. It is the inner sun of suns, this light that moves and emanates a radiance and illumination that is beyond the words. And as you are there in front of it, within this tetrahedral part of the galactic and cosmic geometry, this living light consumes you, and you are now within the living light. And your assimilation, beloveds, into this living light is easy, for you hold the living light within you. And you breathe each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath. Where the radiance of this light completely integrates within you and around you to where you are this living light. You are this brilliant star. You are this radiance and illumination. And you feel at home. You feel comfortable as this grace flows in, through, and around you to where you are simply this living light. You are the one source light of all lights. And each and every in-breath and out-breath integrates more deeply and directly this experience. You illumine this part of the geometry, and this part of the geometry of which you are connected is connected to your sacred Earth Mother. For you hold as a point of light into the cosmos the children of the earth, the children of light who have not forgotten, who come together here now in higher service, in the reckoning of their mission and purpose, in the recollecting of the aspects of their cosmic memory, and they're embracing the path of purification and illumination, ready now to release those things that no longer serve the higher expression of themselves. The willingness to align with the highest calling of their souls, the journey home to the radiance of their highest expression. And so, even as you walk a physical, mental, and emotional world, those parts of yourselves that are able to step into this radiance integrates and processes on the various levels, beloveds, that you are, that you hold, and it becomes stronger and more direct. It pierces through the illusions and the delusions, the separations and the miscreations. It clears the way for the purification process to take place. Those higher thought streams of light come to you, and you understand readily the steps that you take, the steps that remove you and unbind you of the entropy of a physical, mental, and emotional world, held within a parameter of dynamics. You no longer within that parameter, but free of it, expanding your own boundaries. And so, in this experience, beloveds, this divine grace, this blessing that comes through, it is in your seeking, in your willingness to do those steps, even, beloveds, in those challenges, those boundaries, those limitations. You do not stop, you continue, because you know in the deepest parts of yourselves that this path of purification, which can be challenging, You know that as you put your foot forward through this path of initiation of purification, you come to the other side more brilliant, more powerful, higher guidance. Integrated, beloveds, with the Ami Shaddai, the family of light that is ever present. A stronger integration and connection, for you're operating in the highest parts of yourself now. And in these higher parts of yourself comes the integration into the lower parts, raising the frequency up, broader, higher. So the path of purification is the path of growth, is the path of liberation. And you can look back upon your life and see clearly that the path of purification that has brought you to this point has brought you into a new way of being. No longer are you that person of 10 years ago, of even 5 years ago, but something much more. And we are here to say to you, beloveds, that you are never, never alone. For the soul family of which you are a part is ever present and sending their love and their support, bringing in through the higher thought forms to reach you, coming in various forms of communication to bring forth the higher parts of yourself to understand the immensity of what you hold and what you are. And we call upon you to awaken to this part of yourself. Embrace the path of purification. Release the dredge, the drudge that would keep you limited. For you have the power within you. You are the living light. And so as you breathe each and every holy in-breath and out-breath, as you integrate the sphere of light that is now no longer a sphere, for you are the living light. And you draw from this experience all that light that a system brings you through the purification process to be on the other side of it, to serve in even more profound capacity, to bring you into the fullest of your abilities as the light upon the earth, as the light upon the solar logi, as the light upon the Hunam Ku, your divine galactic mother. And in the sons of sons, there you are, beloveds, a son of great magnitude that grows and grows. And as you experience this now, you understand that in this light are many lights to create this organic living light of which you are a part. It is the light spoken of as the Christ, the light of the Maitreya. It is the limitless light, the light of lights, available for you to tap into, integrate, and use upon the earth and in other expressions of yourselves beyond the earth. So breathe the sacred in-breath and out-breath in this experience. Fill yourself with this light of lights as you commit upon your spiritual path, as you open up new gridlocks, as you move beyond the blockages, the parameters that would impede or stop you, no longer has that power. As you pursue your spiritual walk, and the walk of purification. So we breathe in together with the family of light collectively all here, each and every holy in-breath and out-breath, breathing in this limitless light, filling ourselves with it, that we will continue to be the light upon the world in greater measure. And now we sense the time of the return has come. We intend to hold into our spiritual eye the tetrahedron and the sphere of light that started the experience of the living organic light. You can recall this before you go to sleep. We recommend that you do, to amplify the experience that will continue in the hours and days to come. Remember, you are the living light. Expand it, infuse it. Even as you walk a path of purification, those challenges that may come, understand you go beyond it, above it, as you hold into the centropy and release the entropy that would keep you down. For you hold and are the living light. And now, the idea of the thought comes, and as it does, the energies begin to step down. All those who are here begin to draw in their electromagnetic field, and with gratefulness, we thank our family of light and the ascended realms. And we begin to draw in our electromagnetic field, remembering the symbol of the tetrahedron and the sphere of living light, with the intention to remember this vision, this symbol, before we fall asleep tonight, for the ongoing process. And on the count of 3, we will intend to be back, awake, alert, and grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.